Breaking news, skiers trapped by an avalanche, and these are the conditions rescuers face trying to find them.
Lightning splits a tree in half right outside a North Bay preschool.
And the threat of thunder will continue. I'm meteorologist Sandia Patel. I'm tracking the wintry mix here, plus the avalanche danger in the Sierra. The forecast is coming up.
There'll never be a perfect world, but we can work and push excellence. Excellence.
The nation loses a giant. Reverend Jesse Jackson, one of the most influential civil rights leaders of our time.
From ABC7, live breaking news.
Doing everything they can to survive and wait for rescue.
It is a race against time and nature to find skiers trapped by an avalanche. Good evening, I'm Amma Dates.
And I'm Dan Ashley. Thanks for joining us. The good news, at least 6 skiers have survived, but keep in mind, 10 are still missing.
Yeah, highly skilled teams are racing to find the skiers, but the conditions are dangerous. The 6 who survived are waiting to be rescued.
They've been told to shelter in place as best they can. It's 17 degrees in that area with a forecast low of 9 degrees, so it's very cold. Officials we spoke with tonight say there are some injuries, but are waiting until family is notified before saying more. Governor Newsom has been briefed, and the California Office of Emergency Services says it is coordinating additional resources.
It's going to be a slow, tedious process because they also have to be very careful accessing the area due to the fact that the avalanche danger is still very high.
Officials say more large avalanches are expected tonight and into tomorrow morning. The group of 16 backcountry skiers, which includes 4 ski guides, spent the night at Frog Lake Hut. The guides are from a company called Blackbird Mountain Guides. They were out in the Castle Peak area near Donner Pass when that avalanche happened around 11:30 this morning. They were heading to the trailhead when it happened.
Now, let's give you a sense of the conditions in the Sierra. Check this out. This is the view from North Star Ski Resort. The skier who shot this video says the sides of runs have tree wells at least waist deep. North Star says it's expecting 15 inches of snow in 24 hours' time with wind gusts of up to 20 miles an hour.
So here's a look at the conditions for drivers. Look at this. This is a Caltrans camera on 80 at Donner Summit. You can hardly see anything. Hours ago, you could barely see the road because of all that snow. 80 is currently closed from Colfax all the way to the Nevada state line. So let's look at the conditions from our expert.
Yeah, ABC7 meteorologist Sandia Patel is here. Sandia, it's a bad storm up there.
It is indeed. Dan and Amma, they need the snow. They've gotten 2 to 3 feet in the last 72 hours. Look at this live picture right now from the Sierra. This is Mount Rose, and there is quite a bit of snow up there, as you can see. 80 is closed. Chains required on all other roads leading up to the mountains where it is snowing heavily right now. Now, the avalanche warning is going until tomorrow morning for the backcountry of the Central Sierra between Yuba Pass and Ebbets Pass. So here is the concern. Snow is quickly accumulating on weak layers of the snowpack, and with those gusty winds that can trigger avalanches. So that is the concern. Of course, here locally, we still have slick streets as you look from the Golden Gate Bridge cam, and we are tracking on live Doppler 7 not just rain here locally, but the snow over the higher elevations from Mount Hamilton to the hills up in Lake and Mendocino counties. I'll be back with a closer look at our local timeline coming right up. Amma?
Okay, thank you, Sandia. Listen to that. That's hail pelting the windshield on a drive this afternoon along 101 in Marin County. Today's storm ranks 2 on the exclusive ABC7 storm impact scale, which is a moderate storm. We have live team coverage on the storm's impact on the Bay Area. Before we hear from ABC7 Eyewitness News reporter Ansar Hassan, let's go live to the South Bay with our reporter Dustin Dorsey. Dustin.
Yeah, Alma, right now we're fortunate enough to be not standing in rain during this live shot, but earlier today and throughout the evening and morning last night, there was plenty of it, and it led to a very dangerous situation for residents here in San Jose.
We were just in the upstairs looking out, and that's what I saw.
Adrian Oxley said it was like something out of a movie.
Oh my God.
The San Jose Police Department here. You dial 911?
Wow.
Around 10 o'clock this morning, she and her husband heard a tree behind their property come down, taking overhead lines along with it, knocking out power and starting a fire.
All of a sudden, everything started sparking, and it went all the way along to the line over there, and the tree started coming down. It was just the perfect storm. Probably all the water pulled the roots up from the tree fell down into the poles, and something triggered that. because everything went off at that point.
Crews were able to put out the fire without any serious damage or injuries.
I'm just glad that, we're safe. Nothing happened. I'm going to stay on that side of the house the rest of the day. I'm not going near this side.
Utility crews nearby were on standby in case of other issues. But up on Mount Hamilton, a sense of calm.
It's been snowing up here since about 5 this morning.
Wow, no kidding.
So there's an inch or two on the ground. Currently, it's snowing pretty good.
So the question is the observatory covered and all cleared at this point?
Yeah, so the 36-inch telescope, the slit, the temporary slit was finished about a week ago.
A month of dry weather allowed contractors to repair damage caused by a Christmas storm that ripped a 5-ton shutter off of the observatory. Superintendent Jamie Erickson says plywood and metal on top of the dome, along with waterproofing and an ice shield, will keep the telescope protected until there is a permanent solution.
And we've had 60-mile-an-hour plus winds since they've completed it, and it's holding up so far nicely.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Let's go see the snow in San Jose. Not so fast. Mount Hamilton Road at the base of the hill is closed due to those snowy conditions, but there is good news. According to Erickson, he says once everything clears back up after that damage, they're expected to bring back visitors sometime around spring break, all ahead of that summer celebration for the anniversary at Lick Observatory. For now, we're live in San Jose. Dustin Dorsey, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Dustin, thank you. In Santa Rosa, a lightning strike obliterated this giant redwood tree, sending pieces of wood flying this morning. One piece pierced the roof of a preschool on Guerneville Road and knocked over a fence. The strikes also caused a number of power outages. A massive tree came down in San Francisco today near the underpass of 101. San Francisco Fire says no one was hurt, no cars were damaged either. The tree blocked 3 lanes of traffic, however, and the sidewalk. As you can see, it was big. Well, the storm flooded some neighborhoods in the East Bay. In Pleasanton, a massive oak tree fell, blocking roads for hours. ABC7 Eyewitness News reporter Unser Hassan continues our live team coverage. Unser?
Dan, good evening. The rain has been on and off all day here on Happy Valley Road in Pleasanton. The road's been reopened, but here's what's left of this big oak tree that fell onto the street. Residents say they're just happy that no one was hurt. Alameda County Public Works crews worked through the downpour trying to remove a massive oak tree that fell in this residential neighborhood in Pleasanton. They closed the road and diverted traffic. Is this a crazy road?
It's a very crazy road. Yeah, it's a very crazy road. Every time it is this bad outside, we end up having floods over here as well. But I've never seen a tree fall down.
Hiba Ashraf and her family have lived here for more than 5 years. Residents say they've complained about the flooding in the area and its impact, especially on the narrow part of the road that goes through a small tunnel leading to the freeway.
Because we're so close to the freeway, we have a lot of people coming in and out. Very, very fast drivers and very narrow roads. So I've tried reaching out. We haven't heard back.
Across the street from their house, big hills. And during storms, a lot of runoff, pushing more dirt and mud onto the flooded roads. A similar situation in Dublin with another tree falling on Dublin Boulevard, one of the city's main streets. Heavy rain led to traffic backups on Bay Area freeways, this one due to a fender bender on 680 near San Ramon. But the heavy rain is also welcome news for East Bay Mud.
So far, this has been good news for us. We had particularly dry months of January and the first half of February. So these storms are bringing some much needed rain and snow that we are counting on for the year to come.
Christopher Trito is with East Bay Mud. He says the rain helps fill local East Bay reservoirs, which provide 5 to 10% of the overall water supply for the year. The storm will also add to the snowpack, but big storms create a lot of wastewater runoff, which East Bay Mud is monitoring as well.
They're making sure that their systems are ready so we can protect the bay. It's a big part of our job, in addition to providing drinking water supply, is also protecting the San Francisco Bay from wastewater pollution.
East Bay Mud says the snowpack is below average for this time of year. It's hoping that the storms will help with that. Reporting live, Ansar Hassan, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Ansar, thank you. You can follow along as the forecast changes, as it always does. With the ABC7 Bay Area app, it gives you access to the same live Doppler 7 our weather team uses. Just download the ABC7 Bay Area app wherever you stream.
Reverend Jesse Jackson, one of the most influential civil rights leaders of our time, is being remembered today for a legacy that changed the political landscape for decades. Jackson died overnight after a lengthy fight with a neurodegenerative disease. ABC7 political reporter Monica Madden has a look at his impact across the country and Bay Area.
He was one of the best servant leaders anywhere to be found in this crusted earth.
Reverend Jesse Jackson was born in Greenville, South Carolina in 1941. That same year in Jackson, Mississippi, Reverend Amos Brown was also born, a man whom Jackson would soon come to know as a friend and partner in pursuit of equality.
We had similar experiences that motivated our engagement in the struggle for human rights. We're not just concerned about civil rights for just black people, but human rights.
Those early experiences of inequality leading them both into the growing civil rights movement.
Reverend Jackson, if he could speak to us again, he would say, check yourself, mind our manners, and be kind to each other. And how was that notion advanced? Because he hung out with Dr. King, who was a mentor for Reverend Jackson and myself.
He was a pioneer.
As the first black man to jump from activism to presidential politics, Willie Brown says Jackson paved the way for future generations of leaders.
Jesse Jackson changed the nature of the democratic process of selecting their nominee.
His trailblazing advocacy came to redefine the Democratic Party's coalition.
Our flag is red, white, and blue, but our nation is rainbow. Red, yellow, brown, black, and white.
A message he first shared on the national stage during the 1984 DNC speech right here in San Francisco.
America's not like a blanket. America's more like a quilt. Many patches, many pieces, many colors, many sizes, all woven and held together by a common thread.
He made a point to focus on building a broad, diverse coalition, something that was really groundbreaking at the time.
Those close to him say the best way to honor him is to help carry his torch onward.
There'll never be a perfect world, but we can work and push excellence. Excellence. Not to be perfect, but we must reach for excellence.
And it's worth noting, Willie Brown did chair Jackson's second presidential campaign. He says that Jackson's run didn't just make history, but it really transformed the Democratic Party, opening doors for generations of leaders who followed Jackson.
He was a
true.
pioneer.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Monica.
Well, coming up on ABC7 Eyewitness News here at 6, the new school strike. This one affects all of California. Plus,
there's nothing right with this approach.
Call it water wars. Next, we are talking about changes to California's water regulations.
now to today's Climate Ready report. The rules that protect water flowing into San Francisco Bay could soon face some of the biggest changes actually in decades.
Some environmental groups say the outcome could have a dramatic effect on everything from sensitive wildlife habitats to salmon migration.
ABC7 Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Melendez is in the newsroom to explain. Leanne?
Well, listen, everyone agrees the way we manage the Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta needs to change. It's under incredible stress. But the question is how? What do we do about it? There are competing forces, from the environmentalists to farmers to local water agencies, and they are all far apart.
For decades, waters flowing into San Francisco Bay have been controlled by regulations laid out in what's known as the Bay Delta Plan. But now, some of those regulations could be replaced, at least in part, by a set of voluntary settlement agreements between big water customers and the state of California. A plan called the Healthy Rivers and Landscape Program. Jennifer Pierre is general manager for the State Water Contractors, a nonprofit association of public water agencies.
So on its most basic form, what Healthy Rivers and Landscape is doing is taking environmental water and for the first time ever really marrying that to different landscape adjustments and interactions that hopefully create ecological functions that previously existed.
Supporters say the plan is a way to make Delta water use more flexible and efficient, with stakeholders working more closely together, launching habitat restoration projects like new tidal marsh and floodplains to bolster fish and wildlife populations while minimizing the effects of diversions.
And what we're talking about is every tributary to the Sacramento River and Delta.
But environmental groups argue the habitat projects are not a substitute for the water flow they believe is necessary to maintain a healthy delta.
There's nothing right with this approach.
John Rosenfield is chief scientist with the nonprofit San Francisco Baykeeper.
The amount of additional water that's promised would flow into and through the delta to San Francisco Bay is trivial compared to the amount of flow that all the best available science indicates would be necessary to stop the decline.
Several fish populations, including salmon, are already struggling with delta smelt, believed by some to be on the verge of extinction. And opponents point to the potential for increased strain on the delta in upcoming years, including pressure from the Trump administration to release more water from federally controlled dams to Central Valley farmers, now commonly referred to as Action 5. Morgan Snyder is Director of Policy and Programs at Restore the Delta.
Action 5 is what the Bureau of Reclamation is calling this new diversion effort, and it seeks to increase diversions from the Central Valley Project, and it'll be between 20,000 and up to 100,000 more acres of water diverted through the Central Valley Project.
And some believe that demand for diversions could ramp up, with Southern California already locked in a battle with other western states over its share of the diminishing flows from the Colorado River, and some water agencies warning of higher rates if limits are too strict. Whatever the final shape of the Bay Delta plan, it could be critical for decades to come. A final line of defense for a delicate ecosystem dependent on a water resource that's increasingly in demand.
And a final vote on the plan is expected by late summer, early fall. But even after that, several federal agencies will also have to weigh in. Live in the newsroom, Leanne Melendez, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, all right, we will keep on top of that. Thank you, Leanne.
Well, while we're talking about water, let's talk about this rain.
Yes, and hail and thunder and
Snow.
lightning, all the above. Meteorologist Sandia Patel is here. Sandia.
We've had it all, and snow on our higher peaks. Amma and Dan, let's take a look at a live picture right now from our Golden Gate Bridge camera. It is definitely slippery for this evening's commute in parts of the Bay Area, so watch out. Those thunderstorms did develop earlier today. We still have a threat. Certainly seeing mountain snow in the Sierra, where they do have avalanche warnings going for the backcountry. Some snow is accumulating on Mount Hamilton. It's been happening. We have mixed precip over the Santa Cruz Mountains. And as we look at our local radar here, rain is still coming down across parts of San Francisco. In Chinatown, Hyde Street, we are also tracking some wet weather from the Santa Cruz Mountains to the South Bay, from San Jose to Gilroy area. Flood advisories going as we have seen minor low-lying flooding. This continues until this evening. Gusts to 33 at Oakland, 21 in San Jose. Those gusts have reached as high as 60 over the higher terrain. 30s to 50s right now on your temperatures. You can feel that chill in the air. It's a level 2 through tonight. Showers with minor flooding, thunderstorms, still a chance, gusty, and the higher elevation snow. As we go into 7:15, we're seeing that mixed precip, really even into 10:40. Tomorrow morning, we'll have some spotty showers and snow showers, and then a big lull, even though we'll still have occasional showers. Thursday morning is when we'll see some more downpours and that winter weather over the highest peaks. That continues into the afternoon. Additional rain taking you all the way to Thursday afternoon is anywhere from about a half an inch to almost 2 inches. So far, we have seen about a half an inch to just over 2 inches of rain in the last 24 hours. Winter weather advisory for the eastern Santa Clara Hills until 4 p.m. tomorrow. We have that winter storm warning for Lake and Mendocino counties above 2,000 feet. until Thursday morning. So more accumulating snow expected, and in the Sierra until 10 p.m. Thursday, the winter storm warning up to 4 feet on the highest peaks, but the snow coming down as low as 1,000 feet, dangerous to impossible to travel. Cold weather advisories for the areas shaded in lighter blue. Extreme cold warning for the eastern Santa Clara Hills, mid-20s to mid-30s. It's going to be dangerously cold, especially for those unhoused. Chill in the air, 30 in Santa Rosa, 34 in Livermore, so bundle up tomorrow afternoon, keeping it on the chilly side with some scattered showers, 40s and 50s, and a high surf advisory goes up 3 a.m. tomorrow to 9 a.m. Friday, 18 to 22-foot breakers, rip current risk, and sneaker waves. AccuWeather 7-day for the coast. It's a level 1 tomorrow, a level 2 for your Thursday. You do get a break Friday before more wet weather moves in the second half of your weekend and around the Bay shoreline. 1 tomorrow, a 2 on Thursday, and then a level 1 Sunday through Tuesday. Inland areas, higher peaks see snow. Showers at the lower elevations next 2 days. A break's coming at the end of the week. Dan and Amma.
Okay.
Thank you, Sandia.
Well, not jail, not the hospital. This really is a game changer. It's part of building a better Bay Area, and we'll explain after this. Taxim.
San Francisco is officially taking a new approach to combat public drug use.
If you use drugs on our streets, we will arrest you. But with
554 4th Street, San Francisco.
As part of building a better Bay Area, San Francisco is opening a center that will focus on helping drug users get off the streets and connect them to treatment.
Yeah, it's called the Reset Center, which stands for Rapid Enforcement Support Evaluation and Triage. ABC7 Eyewitness News reporter Luz Pena has the story.
San Francisco is officially taking a new approach to combat public drug use.
if you use drugs on our streets, we will arrest you. But with this new resource, we will also give those suffering from addiction a real chance to choose recovery.
Mayor Daniel Lurie signed legislation that opens the doors for the Rapid Enforcement Support Evaluation and Triage, or Reset Center.
What we're looking for is putting them in a therapeutic, healthy environment for them to start the beginnings of sobriety.
Now, San Francisco police officers and sheriff deputies will be allowed to arrest individuals for public intoxication and take them to a place that is not jail. Both law enforcement agencies working together to combat open drug use. What are they going to be looking for?
So typically they're going to be looking for people that are under the influence, that are intoxicated in public with clear signs of intoxication.
The Reset Center will be run by the Sheriff Department with public health personnel inside and will be located across from the Hall of Justice and the county jail. Yet the capacity is still an issue. 25 beds is not enough.
No, it's not by far. And what we're hopeful for is that this is just the starting point.
We went to one of the city's stabilization centers that are set to partner with the Reset Center.
We do round-the-clock wellness checks.
After 24 hours in the Reset Center, people will then have the option to be transferred to a location like this one, a center where they can stay up to 90 days getting mental health medication and substance abuse treatment. From here, they'll be able to be transferred to a location where they can stay up to 6 months. The Reset Center is set to open in April.
It's a step to clear our sidewalks, to make our sidewalks safe again for all people.
In San Francisco, Luz Pena, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Drum roll, please. It is the year of the horse. Happy New Year. See how people are celebrating next.
Plus, an update on today's wet weather and the next round of rain that is on the way for the Bay Area. We're staying on top of the breaking news out of the Tahoe area. 10 backcountry skiers still missing after a big avalanche. 6 others who survived have been waiting for hours to be rescued. They've been told to shelter in place as best they can. It's 17 degrees in that area with a forecast low of 9 degrees.
We started this process at 11:30. It's been ongoing since then, and we haven't even been able to reach the avalanche site yet. So it is extremely challenging due to the location, due to the ongoing danger of triggering other avalanches.
A high avalanche risk continues into at least tomorrow morning. Governor Newsom has been briefed, and the California Office of Emergency Services says it is coordinating additional resources. The group of 16 backcountry skiers, including 4 guides, spent the night at Frog Lake Hut. They were out in the Castle Peak area near Donner Pass when the avalanche happened. Again, 10 still missing.
More on Storm Watch, and Live Doppler 7 shows you why we are on this. Today's storm ranks 2 on the exclusive ABC7 storm impact scale, which is a moderate storm.
All right, let's take a look at how drivers are handling this weather. Not easy out on the roads. We have 4 live views from our local bridges.
Yeah, from the top left corner, that is the Bay Bridge, Golden Gate, Richmond, San Rafael Bridge, and then the San Mateo Hayward Bridge on the bottom right. Traffic seems to be moving well.
Not bad, actually. And here's a live look at San Francisco International Airport. So far today, more than 250 delays and more than a dozen canceled flights at this airport. San Jose canceled 3 flights and has seen 86 delays. Oakland has more than 70 delayed flights, but no cancellations.
And checking on power outages now, this is a live look at the PG&E outage map. PG&E is currently reporting some minor issues across the Bay Area, but nothing too serious right now. You can follow along as the forecast changes with the ABC7 Bay Area app. It gives you access to the same Live Doppler 7 our weather team uses. We will also send alerts with important updates. Download the ABC7 Bay Area app wherever you stream.
Well, happening today, it is Mardi Gras. Les bons temps roulés. It is also the beginning of Ramadan, and Gung Hei Fat Choi. It is the Lunar New Year. And this is the year of the horse. ABC7 Eyewitness News anchor Karina Nova shows you today's celebration.
Despite the rain, a big crowd gathered at Portsmouth Square in Chinatown to mark the month-long Lunar New Year celebrations.
Welcome, everybody, to Chinatown. You know what the rain signifies, Malcolm? It's actually good luck.
Speakers like former Mayor Willie Brown and current Mayor Daniel Lurie expressed their excitement for the many events planned in San Francisco's Chinatown.
I want to say I was here on Saturday for the Flower Fair, and Chinatown was packed. And so I want everybody watching at home, watching on TV, come down to Chinatown, support our small businesses. Everybody up here is probably tired of me saying this, but I'm going to say this for the next 3 years. As Chinatown goes, so goes San Francisco.
And with thousands of people expected to fill the streets in San Francisco for the celebrations, including the March 7th parade, Police Chief Derek Liu announced the plan in place to keep people safe.
We have a significant safety deployment plan for the Lunar New Year holidays or events. You'll see high visibility patrol, ambassadors, plainclothes officers, and all these assets will be coordinated by our real-time investigation center.
The event wrapped up with an ancient Chinese ritual, the eye-dotting ceremony, which awakens the dragon, wards off evil spirits, and invites good fortune in the new year, the year of the fire horse.
So this year of the horse, let's continue building momentum. Let's support our businesses, let's strengthen our community, and let's move forward together. 恭喜發財，新年快樂。
2026 is a special year. It's the year of the fire horse, which only happens every 60 years. If you need an excuse to take risks, move forward, or break old patterns, this is the year to do that.
The San Francisco Chinese New Year Parade is just 3 weeks away, and ABC7 is your official home for the parade and will bring it to you live Saturday, March 7th.
Happening now, workers across California State University campuses are on strike. The Teamsters Union represents more than 1,000 electricians, plumbers, mechanics, and more on all campuses. The union is accusing CSU of withholding their upcoming contractual raises. CSU representatives say they are committed to reaching a resolution. The university system plans to remain open during the 4-day strike. Tomorrow, San Francisco Unified students return to school. Last week, classes were canceled because of a teacher strike. Yesterday and today are holidays.
No DNA match from a glove that investigators in the Nancy Guthrie case were looking at. I'm Alex Stone in Tucson. That's coming up.
And the first time I directed a choir, I was 15. That was 53 years ago. I'm 68 now. So I've been doing gospel music for a very long time. I know I'm cute, but I'm old.
Personality, experience, and of course music. Tonight, meet the Black Joy Choir.
To a breaking news update, we now know the cause of death for actor Tommy Lee Jones's daughter, Victoria Jones. San Francisco's chief medical examiner says she died of an accidental cocaine overdose. On New Year's Day, firefighters found Jones deceased in San Francisco's Fairmont Hotel. Months before her death, she was arrested in Napa for fighting with her husband, allegedly over her drug use.
In the search for Nancy Guthrie, disappointing news today involving the DNA results from a glove found near her home. The mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie disappeared on February 1st. The sheriff of Pima County, Arizona, says they have no idea what the motive here was, if it was intended to be a kidnapping, a burglary, or something else. They just don't know. ABC News reporter Alex Stone has the latest now from Tucson.
The focus of the investigation has for days been on a black latex glove found along a busy road that investigators say has male DNA in it. Today, that DNA was submitted to the FBI's National DNA Database and came back with no match out of the 22 million DNA samples in the database. Law enforcement sources say it also did not match DNA found at Guthrie's home, which the source says is also still being analyzed. Investigators say the glove generally looks similar to one worn by the masked person in this video from Nancy Guthrie's front doorbell camera. But the glove was found 2 miles away and might just be roadside debris. We found out firsthand there are multiple black gloves discarded in the desert here. We were here in this area reporting along a busy road where investigators have been looking for any evidence, and we came upon what looks to be a black latex glove that is here in the desert that may have been overlooked by investigators. Today marks 16 days into the search for Nancy Guthrie, and investigators have few solid clues pointing them toward the 84-year-old's whereabouts. Sources telling ABC News investigators have been canvassing gun shops to try to find out where a gun and unique holster seen in the doorbell camera video may have been purchased. And sources say the FBI flew drones earlier this month equipped with technology to detect weak Bluetooth signals trying to ping Guthrie's pacemaker. Asked by ABC affiliate KNXV in a new interview whether there is any evidence that she is alive, the sheriff today saying,
"There's been no evidence that she's not. And it is hope. But sometimes that's all you have."
And the sheriff tells us that they have now received over 40,000 tips that have come in. He says they're going through all of them, and his investigators are working around the clock. Alex Stone, ABC News, Tucson, Arizona.
Scattered showers tomorrow and more rain later in the week. See Sandia's updated 7-day forecast so you can make plans that'll work with the weather.
Happening tonight, a new special by ABC News Studios looks at the life of John Kennedy Jr.
It's impossible to overstate the sense of fascination with JFK Jr.
John and Carolyn, Love, Beauty, and Loss looks at the love story between JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette and the barrage of attention their relationship received until their tragic deaths in 1999. It features interviews with friends, archival ABC footage of the couple, as well as rare footage from their secret wedding. John and Carolyn, Love, Beauty, and Loss airs tonight at 10 o'clock here on ABC7. It streams tomorrow on Disney Plus and Hulu.
The Black Joy Parade will take over downtown Oakland this weekend.
Yeah, among the performers, a local choir born out of the event that is celebrating Black experience through song.
1, 2, 3, sopranos, be not dismayed.
Be not dismayed.
I grew up singing in choir, in church, in school, in college. I missed singing in the choir.
I was sitting at home, minding my own business. And a good friend of mine named Walter called me and said that he had a young lady who was interested in starting a choir, and she needed someone local. And in his opinion, I was the best person for the job. And I didn't agree with him, but I met Amber and fell in love with her, and this crazy idea to do this choir.
And to have the support of Black Joy Parade as a sponsor and being presented by the organization was a really, like a huge help. That was like the boost. The dream became reality.
Where most choirs tend to be a bit more universal or a bit more ecumenical, the Black Joy Mass Choir focuses on uplifting Black joy.
We have people who identify in different ways, both in their gender and their sexuality, and I think this has really become a safe place. You'll hear people be like, I'm not a solo singer, but I'm a choir singer. And to me, that's really about your voice being one with others.
The Black Joy Mass Choir is made up of a cross-generational group of singers. We don't hold auditions because we want people to feel like they can come and make a joyful noise. And then it's my responsibility to hone that joyful noise into a pleasant sound.
I've never sung in a big group before. I'm kind of like a shower singer, like car ride singer. So practicing, like using my chest voice and hearing the volume of people around was, really fun for me today.
We sat in the front so we could really hear the wall of sound from all the powerful voices, and it's just, there's nothing like singing with a big group of people.
I've been singing since I was a child. I started singing at 6 years old. And the first time I directed a choir, I was 15. That was 53 years ago. I'm 68 now. So I've been doing gospel music for a very long time. I know I'm cute, but I'm old. But what brings me to do what I'm doing at this age is the fact that I am imparting to the next generation, and they are getting it. You know, I'm just not some old cat trying to sing songs that are 50 years old and they don't relate to it. I bring the history of gospel music with being able to infuse what we're doing in 2026.
The feeling that you get and how it fills your heart, and the goosebumps and the tears that happen when you hear beautiful sounds come from a group of people. And that's what it does for me. And I think it's just like another opportunity to come together and celebrate us in a beautiful way.
Yeah, it really is. ABC7 is a proud sponsor of the Black Joy Parade. Come out, celebrate this Sunday. The event kicks off at 12:30 p.m. at 14th and Broadway in Oakland.
It is always fun and a huge celebration, of course. And the question is, we're hoping the weather will cooperate.
Yes, let's get to meteorologist Sandhya Patel for the latest. Sandhya.
Yeah, Amma and Dan, we've got another storm coming in on Sunday, so there will be some rain, but as long as you have your rain gear, I think you'll be okay. Looking at live Doppler 7, speaking of rain, we are tracking some more of it. There's some pockets of moderate rain right now in the North Bay and also around Richmond, Regatta Boulevard, Kensington area. Around the peninsula, we're seeing some rain that is coming down around Woodside. You will notice Atherton, Palo Alto. It is really just going to be occasional showers through the night. As we look at live Doppler 7 here, we've been seeing the snow showers over the higher terrain, and that is going to continue. The Sierra is picking up quite a bit of snow with this level 2 storm. Thunderstorm chance remains. As we go hour by hour, 7:45 tonight, you're seeing some scattered showers and snow showers. Tomorrow morning, that's how it's going to be. And then tomorrow afternoon, not a whole lot going on. A couple of spotty showers and snow showers tomorrow afternoon. Will be a chilly one, though. Temperatures below average. 40s and 50s as we check out the AccuWeather 7-day for the coast. It's a level 1 for tomorrow. Showers will continue. We will go to a level 2 on Thursday with the next storm. And then you do get a brief break before more wet weather Sunday through Tuesday. That's a 1. Around the Bay shoreline, it's a 1 for tomorrow. Some cold morning ahead. And it's certainly going to be a level 2 for your Thursday. But Friday, you get that mostly cloudy break. And then the wet weather returns for the end of the weekend. As we look at the inland areas, it's snowy peaks and showers at the lower elevations, a chill in the air. 1 and then a 2 and then a break. That break is important. And then a 1 again Sunday through Tuesday. Dan and Amma.
That break is important.
Yes.
Thanks, Ed.
All right, well, much different weather situation in Arizona.
Yes, it was sunny there today. Sunny and warm, I presume. The Giants getting ready for the start of Cactus League games with one player very candid about what went wrong last year. Plus, Alonzo Carter is dancing again. What's got the new coach at Sacramento State? Oh, he's got the fishing reel going. Is that a dance, Dan? I don't know. Oh, wow. He's all fired up. Next in sports. Good evening. For the second day in a row, new Giants manager Tony Vitello explained his displeasure about the media reports that he was leaving the University of Tennessee to join the Giants. It's not a huge deal, but it's just really weird right now. It's time to turn the page, focus on the real task at hand, winning some games. Let's bring in ABC7 Eyewitness Sports anchor Chris Alvarez. Chris, I presume we're going to hear less about Vols baseball and more about the Giants soon because Cactus League games are just a few days away.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, Larry. It's kind of, at this point, really a non-story, but we have to kind of address it. And look, he spoke for about 8 minutes. I can't imagine it's going to come up anymore. And you mentioned it. It's time to turn the page and get ready for a new Major League season. With every crack of the bat and pop of the glove, the Giants are gearing up for the marathon that is the Major League Baseball season.
Our competitiveness needs to be to prepare our guys, but also to help put them in a position to execute.
While manager Tony Vitello cleared up some of the comments about his departure from Tennessee and arrival in San Francisco, here in Scottsdale, all that matters to his new team is ending a 4-year postseason drought in which they failed to go above the 500 win percentage mark in each of those seasons.
You know, I think a lot of us in here are kind of tired of being average, and you know, it starts with Vitello. I think we're all very excited about him and the energy he brings to this clubhouse.
We were right there last year, and I felt like personally there was not a lot of accountability for, you know, how we played the game. You know, I feel like some people were just like whatever, like so like going into the game, and you know, me personally, I'm hungry. I want to play with fire. I want to play with ambition. So I mean, if we can all just stick to that mindset for 162, 185, like Willie was talking about, I think we'd be in a great spot, and I think it'd put us right in the middle of where we want to be.
Last year it was in our, in our grasp, and we let it slip there towards the second half of the season. I think we all learned a lot from it. We're aware of it. We know what happened, but this year's a new year. Our goal's to win a division and make a run in the playoffs and win a World Series. So I think everybody here is on the same page, and that's what we're set out to do, and that's what we're working every day for.
Of course, the last time the Giants made the postseason, 2021, and it seems like a long time ago when they won those 3 titles in 5 years. It doesn't help because the Dodgers have won 2 straight World Championships in 12 of the last 13 divisions. So game on for the Giants as they start a new era under Tony Vitello, Larry.
Chris, enjoy the sunshine in Arizona. Alonzo Carter's dancing again. The former MC Hammer backup dancer recently became the new head football coach at Sacramento State. The Hornets just joined the Mid-American Conference. They're moving up to the FBS level in college football. Sac State's actually paying $18 million to join the MAC. They will be frequent flyers because most of their conference foes are in Michigan and Ohio. A few years ago, Zoe came in studio and he showed me the MC Hammer dance. Too legit to quit. No, that is my point. I've scrubbed the archives. Delete. Larry, it will never be seen.
We could do it here live.
Yes.
Well, Zoe's
We'll
not
do
here.
it live.
Zoe's we're already doing enough live. Zoe's not here, so I can't. I'm sorry, folks. It's gone. It's gone forever. Erased from the skies.
Fun to see you. Thanks.
Yeah, he's great.
All right, tonight on ABC7 at 8, watch Will Trent. Then at 9, High Potential. At 10, it's John and Carolyn, Love, Beauty, and Loss. Then stay with us for ABC7 Eyewitness News at 11. Remember that ABC7 is streaming 24/7. Get the ABC7 Bay Area app so you can join us whenever you want, wherever you are. That'll do it for this edition of ABC7 Eyewitness News. Thanks for joining us. I'm Amadeus.
And I'm Dan Ashley for Cynthia Patel. Larry won't bust a move.
Yes,
Appreciate your time.
Nice. I can do it.
I got you, Zoe. Maybe more at 11.
No.
We'll see.
Oh.